The following is a Sports Ethos presentation.
Yo, welcome to a special hybrid episode of Roundball, Ramble, and the news project I'm working on with some great friends of mine, Let's Ball Out. I'm your host, Corbin Forge. Follow me on Twitter at CorbinNBA. This is Sports Ethos presentation, so check out Sports Ethos on Twitter at Sports Ethos, SPORTSETHOS, online, sportsethos.com.
Yo, and welcome to another edition of Roundball Ramble. I'm your host, Corbin Ford. You can follow me on Twitter at CorbinNBA. This is a Sports Ethos presentation, so check out Sports Ethos on Twitter at Sports Ethos. Pretty simple, SPORTSETHOS, online, sportsethos.com. Pretty simple, great resources, great content, awesome podcasts, including this one hosted by yours truly. So definitely make sure to check that out. I have been sick for a little bit now, if you haven't noticed, by the absence of shows. COVID has not been kind, but fortunately I'm feeling much better. And today I'm happy to present a special treat yet again. Another episode of Let's Ball Out, which is a new project I'm also doing with my good friends Alicia and Kelsley. And it is the same as Rumble Ramble. More perspective, additional people, definitely more jokes and ribbings on our favorite teams, but also good analysis, great back and forth on what we have seen across the NBA, and I really think you'll enjoy another episode of us all here together. So I'm happy to present that to you here in a second. Before I let you go, I do want to say I will be back really soon. My voice is getting better. I just don't want to put myself out where I'm talking for like 35 minutes and slurring my words and trying to clear my throat. And I tried 2 episodes of that like a week and a half ago, and it was not good product and just not up to my standards. So I'd rather just not do it, which does suck for a daily or at least semi-regular NBA show. But I'm going to do my best to get right and ramp it back up. So definitely stay tuned for that. Aside from that, enjoy y'all. This was a lot of fun. Alicia and Kelsley are great folks, and we have a blast as always. So definitely make sure to enjoy this and follow us all on our social media. We share that in the show. Definitely make sure to dig into that. Last but not least, if you can rate, review, subscribe to the show, give me some feedback, good, bad, ugly. I really don't care. I just want to improve and get better. And if I can get it from y'all, then that helped me get there. So until next time, y'all, enjoy the rest of your Monday. Enjoy Let's Ball Out. And until next time, I'll talk to y'all later. All right, y'all.
Welcome back to another episode of Let's Ball Out with myself, Alicia. We got Corbin, who is recovering, but Corbin is here with us. Corbin,
Hello.
say hello, please.
Hello.
Okay, thank you. Kelsley.
Yo,
Kelsley
you know the
here
vibes.
too.
You know the
Kelsley
vibes.
came from the Miami Heat game
Yeah.
to join us today. Thank you so much, Kelsley, for taking time out of your day, out of the cold weather of 64 degrees. Thank you so much for joining us.
No doubt.
Just
No
joking.
doubt.
I was like, wow, okay.
It's cold outside. Y'all tripping.
It actually is 63 degrees out here in Arizona, in case you were wondering.
Oh my God, shut up.
Very
Okay,
brisk,
thank you,
very
guys.
chilly.
Thank you guys for your
Brisk
weather
is the
reports.
perfect word. Brisk. Yes.
Whatever. But I want to start off this week with how are your favorite teams doing? What's going on? Kelly, you just came from a game, so you can kind of start us off with what's going on with the Heat.
So yeah, the Miami Heat just came back home from a really long road trip, playing teams like Sacramento, Portland, Golden State. They did a pretty good job on the road. Came back, got a big time win against the Hawks. Nothing too crazy. We did lose to the Sixers though, the first time this year. But we just had a nice victory against the Raptors, and the Heat looking great, man. They're looking fantastic. We just got Bam Adebayo back for the first time within a month and a half, so that was excellent to see him perform well. And then again, the undrafted players like Max Strus, Caleb Martin, of course, Duncan Robinson, but some of these unsung heroes and Tyler Hero have definitely been hoping for the Miami Heat. So we're looking great. Number 2 in the East. We're definitely doing better than this team that wears gold and purple in Los Angeles.
Yeah, we kind of want to pivot to that because just let the listeners know that we have been ragging on Corbin for the past 2 weeks because this team is not good. Even Magic Johnson came out and decided to speak up and say, you know what, Lakers fans, you deserve more. And I love that Magic said that because he also added Jeannie Buss in the tweet and mentioned, girl, you need to do something else because this ain't it. So Corbin, as our, own Lakers fan here, what's going on with the team? We can't hear you because you're muted.
Yeah. No, I know. I was trying to get myself together, but we lost 3 of our last 4 games, right? What I don't like, I'm just gonna hit back on the Magic Johnson, whatever that was, because who is he? Last I checked, he quit on us with the press conference, and he was running the damn team. Remember that? I'm just saying, he did. So he now want to come out the woodwork. He was the one who couldn't close the AD deal, who was sitting there quitting in the middle of a press conference, telling Jeannie, "Oh, I'm done." Didn't even tell Jeannie directly. Told her through the media. So his reputation is under my little baby brother who don't even know about basketball. In terms of who I'm gonna listen to for some Laker takes. But putting that aside, we have not been in the best of straits. I will say that, but we are on the come up right now. As we're recording, the Lakers are up over the Utah Jazz, one of the best team in the Western Conference. We're leading right now. Okay, by the time y'all listen to this, we'll have won
by
the
2
game.
points. Please, I want the listeners to be aware. They're literally up 24-22. It's the first quarter.
You don't have to say all that.
You
have to put all the detail.
No, I had to put the caveat in there because you made it seem like the Lakers were up by 17. They're up by 2. And I also want to address Magic Johnson slander because Magic Johnson.
Yes, he's. There's a word I want to use for him. I can't say on the spot.
You said he's a nobody.
He's not a nobody. But for all intents and purposes for the Lakers, he got nothing to do with what's going on. He's not the reason we won the championship. He's not. Who is he right now? He's another in the millions of bystanders. His opinion right now is of little consequence to us real Laker fans. I'm not saying I'm more of a Laker fan than Magic, but
it's funny because Magic Johnson is literally Los Angeles. Let's talk about a guy that owns stakes in the Dodgers, owns stakes in the Sparks, owns stakes in the LAFC, which is LA Football Club. That's MLS.
Listen, Kelsey, let me tell you, man, if I had Magic's money, I'd own all that too. I just want you to know right now, okay? If money was of no object, I'd be right up there too. Would I be Mr. Los Angeles? I'm rich. I'm just saying.
You know what? I just want to also put another caveat in there on how he made his money and how he is who he is because he played for your same beloved Lakers and gave you guys championships and made you guys relevant. Okay, so all those banners that you guys love to hang on and ride and swing through the damn stadium with is the same banners that he's the one who put up there. So please respect Magic.
He put 5 of our 18 up there. I will give credit for that. 5 of the 18. That's true. He didn't help as a coach. He didn't help as executive any. All right, just saying.
I like how you only say it's 5 out of 18. Mind you, most of the ones that came prior were people who probably sold insurance and were freaking doing absolutely nothing with their lives.
Kobe got 5. LeBron got 1. I just gotta give love.
Rest in peace, Kobe. I'm not doing this with you today, Corbin. I am not. But I just want you to know that Magic Johnson is not the one to just be throwing around names as if he's inconsequential to the Lakers franchise whole. Please.
Okay, I'll give you that. Talking like you play for the Knicks.
Yeah, that I'm like, well, when he said Magic, it's like, wait, what? And you a Lakers fan? It's just
I have to correct a Lakers fan, mind you. And I am the Knicks fan here who, actually I'm a rational Knicks fan. So that's probably why I can give kind of some levity. Excuse me. I'm very rational.
And
Thank
for
you
those
so
that are
much.
listening, when she says rational, we're gonna put quotes like those air quotes. Rational, Knicks fan. Continue. I'm
I
sorry.
am very rational. I don't know what you guys are trying to imply here. I'm very rational. But I just, the Knicks are who we thought they were, honestly. They are in the same position as they were last year. And it's just that Julius hasn't been playing well as he did last year. And the whole thing that happened with him a couple of weeks ago and how he's been playing. I'm just ready to see Cam Reddish play in the court. I feel like he can kind of give us a little spark. We've been lackluster to say the least, and we brought in some pieces because of defensive reasons, and it hasn't worked. So I'm hoping that Cam can kind of bring something to, the lineup and the team. But I mean, we're not too far out of the playoffs. I will say that we're not far behind. So
Ooh.
if we can make a push, listen, Corbin, Kelsey, let me hold on to my little dream here. If we can make a push, we're not too far back out of the 8th seed. It's going to be a tough one, though, because there's a lot of mediocre teams that are right in the mix with us. But let's see how this goes.
Well, I know Kevin Knox is like, and today's MLK for those that are listening. Kevin Knox is like, free at last, free at last.
No,
Thank
you
God
did not.
Almighty, I'm free at last.
You did not do that.
Oh my gosh.
Although I actually agree with you on that, though. But I mean, it just seems
I
like
don't
at
like
least
that.
you're surprised that mediocre teams are surrounded by so many other mediocre teams. Like, newsflash, mediocrity.
No, the
That's
East
where
is
you're
tough.
at.
The East is tough. Like,
Yeah, the East is tough of just mediocre, but it's okay. Like, as long as we're in the mix, we're not the worst.
that's
Okay,
true.
so that's
You're
better
not
than nothing.
lottery. You're not lottery, as y'all should.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Exactly.
the Hawks look like they're lottery. They're borderline lottery, and it's amazing
Which
how.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Because last year, you were thinking about Trae Young taking that next step into stardom, and really putting a team on their back. I really thought this year they have to be top 4 in the East to really say, okay, we had a good regular season. And they're not even. Do anybody know where they are currently right now? I believe they're like 10th or 9th.
In the standings?
Yeah.
Let me check right now because I think you're right.
They might be 9th.
They're 12th.
Because I think
they're 12th.
They're 12th.
Right.
But like, here's my thing about that. I feel like last year, people just took a lot of what Atlanta did and just ran with it. Remember, I mean, they had a whole bunch of dysfunction. You had Lloyd Pierce get fired after 34 games, and then Nate McMillan take over and just do amazing. Then they played the Knicks, who, let's be real, like the Knicks weren't, they weren't. They really weren't that. Okay, so first round bye. 76ers, Ben Simmons. That's all I got to say about that. Bye, right?
I feel like 76ers were pretenders too.
Yeah, you go. Exactly. So you kind of like get a free pass to the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, the fact that you took 2 games from the Bucks, that's great. Mind you, Giannis was injured for some of that, and the Bucks ultimately still won. But if you take the whole postseason in totality for Atlanta, I'm not really seeing a team that's there. I mean? I may be seeing a team that's on the rise, maybe seeing a team that took advantage of some situations that open up for them. But like everyone came next year going, oh yeah, you got to put Atlanta right there. And I'm like, no, like the same people did with the Knicks, like all due respect to both teams, but like they took advantage of situations that were open to them. The East having injuries at the top and COVID still being a big thing last year. They won games that they should have. They won some that they shouldn't have. And now we come back down to earth. So like, I'm not surprised by Atlanta. Like, nah, are they a little worse than we expected? Yeah, Clint Capella coming out the gate slower than he was playing last year for sure. There's been some other issues, defense. There's been some dysfunction. John Collins has been mad. There's been issues here and there for sure. But like this Atlanta Hawks team is kind of where I thought they would be. Maybe 2 or 3 games worse because like I didn't look at them up there. When you took every team in the East went healthy, including the Bulls and other teams that assembled like that, Atlanta is probably in that 9 to 12 range in my opinion.
Wow. Yeah, that was a really hot take there. I was gonna say this, Corbin. Do you think the Atlanta Hawks will be where they are with Trae Young averaging just about 28 points per game and almost 10 assists a game, and they're still 12 in the East?
Well, I mean, if we're gonna look at that, last year Trae Young had 25 and 8. The year before that, Trae Young had 29 and what? 29 and 4. No, 29 and 9, my bad. Like he puts up numbers. That's what he do. I'm not, okay. I'm not, yeah, like this is what he does. I'm just the Hawks teams around him, and to a certain extent, I think his level of play hasn't been like commensurate of a team that's supposed to be where they are. Like, I mean, somebody got to score the points, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, if they were outside the Southeastern Division, home of the Magic, home of the Hornets, home of the Miami Heat, I don't see them having any type of success no time soon because the Heat, what they got going on, the Heat is on. That's like one of our big songs.
Yeah, I
I'm
heard
done.
that. Yeah, I also
Okay, we
some
love
league
we
pass.
love that we're global. We're global, baby.
Anyway,
All right, we're just gonna pivot onto the West because you guys have been yamming on about the East. But let's talk about the probably best team who's had a showing in these last couple of weeks. Memphis. Memphis has been
Oh
playing
yeah.
off the hook for these last couple of weeks. John Morant, MVP, like Desmond Bain. These guys have just been showing and proving like they're young guys, but they're ready to go. And, I think they can make a run in the playoffs. How far? I would say probably first round and get that under their feet. But Memphis has been doing extremely well.
They are like the 2010 or 2011 OKC. Just on the cusp. They're extremely young, extremely talented, and they have some really good talented players. John Morant is very much exceptional. Mr. Jackson is pretty damn good as well. He's not no KD, but again, they have a really young group of guys that play positionless basketball in a sense. And then they have Steven Adams to go ahead and give them the leadership that they need, that person that has experience within the league. What they've done without John Morant was special, but now that he's back into the mix, and especially with the guy John Morant, and it shows his character because let's not forget his first game back, he had somebody in the crowd saying, "We want you back sitting out." You know what I'm saying? And he took that, let that soak in, and we saw how a statement like that affected him because he was like, whoa, it really affected him. So to see them still have success, and John Moran is a big time part of what they have going on. They're third in the Western Conference. Do I think coming into the season they were going to be top four? Not really. I definitely feel like they can be six, maybe even fifth, because again, John Moran is a special talent. But I know that for a fact there are exceeding expectations, and the closest thing I can compare them to is that 2010, 2011 young Kevin Durant, young Russell Westbrook, where they are not championship contenders, but they are now earning respect from the whole entire NBA.
I can agree with that. I think that I was surprised. I'm not gonna lie. Like the way the Grizzlies have played, when they first started, I'm like, okay, you know what? There's a team that is continuity matters. They had the young guys kind of growing together, but it's gonna stop at some point. And like it hasn't stopped. And like you said, they've kind of have shades of that like early 2010, Oklahoma City Thunder. Since December 1st, they've been not only first in record at 19-4 over those games played, but also first in net rating, first in defensive efficiency, like first in points in the paint. Like they're dominating all levels. You can't argue with that, and they're taking care of business against, great teams like the Lakers and the Warriors, or, lesser known teams as well. It don't really matter. Sorry, I had to slip that in there. But the point being is that they're legit, and as far as their overall ceiling, I don't know. I'm more with Alicia in terms of maybe I'll even say maybe even not. I'll even give it maybe first, second round. I'll give him second round. I just think that the very top, like if you play in a team over 7 games and you're able to key in on some of these younger guys' weaknesses, you're able to like force Ja in all ways possible into being more of a jump shooter, or even better, focus his horrible defense, because that's the one thing that he's been like the sore spot of an otherwise very good Memphis Grizzlies defense, is like attacking him. And I think the best teams at the top can do that over a 7-game series with health obviously permitting. That can be a factor. So I'm not thinking they're contenders in that way, but like they definitely are in the upper echelon of teams that are like for real. I look at them like, I don't know, let's say like the Denver Nuggets the last couple of years. Like, yeah, I could see them like squint your eyes and they could be in the conference finals. Am I like banking on it? No, but it's possible.
That's fair. That's really fair. I like that Denver Nuggets comparison for sure.
Yeah. So,
Appreciate.
what are you guys' top 4 teams to win it all? So right now, I have the Warriors number one. Bucks,
Please?
reigning champs.
Okay, well you broke up a little bit. Can you read it one more time? I heard Warriors and I heard
Sure.
Bucks.
Okay. I had the Warriors number one. Number two, I have what did I have? I just said it.
It's all good. It's all good.
Number one, I had the Warriors. Number two, I
Probably
have
have a mix.
Oh no.
no. I told you I'm rational.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, but not in no particular order. I have the Warriors, I have the Bucks, I have the Suns, and oh my god, like I literally just said it a minute ago.
You don't have the Nets?
No, the Nets are out for me.
Whoa.
Well, actually,
No, you can't. You gotta say why. You can't just put that out there and just be quiet.
okay. No, top four, I would put the Nets in the top four. I'm interested to see how they go on this next run with Kyrie because I think the next 11 out of 14 games are on the road. And with KD out, they'll be able to kind of get a run with Kyrie. I just think James Harden has to show more. If James doesn't step up, I don't see them getting out of the East against the Bucks, to be honest. But if KD comes back healthy and well, James steps up, and they have Kyrie on the road, I think that they should be okay. I have them in the top four. I literally I'm blanking, but I have them in the top four. I have the Warriors number one. But I feel like the Warriors are gonna win it all. And then I have the Bucks.
Okay.
Okay. Gotta throw it over to you, Kelsey.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreements. Definitely think the Warriors, for sure. I think as of right now, they are the team to beat. I definitely have the Miami Heat in that conversation. I do think they're gonna make it out of the East. Even with a fully healthy Brooklyn Nets, that's a tough one. But right now they have not proven to stay healthy. So I'm gonna go ahead and bank on that. But you definitely have the Heat and the Nets. I definitely think when you have a person with Kevin Durant's expertise and his just God-given abilities, where he's almost a 7-foot unicorn in a sense, where you can't block his shot, he has to miss it on his own. You can win any single game, no matter how good the defense, because good offense always outscores good defense. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, the Phoenix Suns, what they had going on last year, was it a fluke? I wouldn't say it was a fluke. It's kind of rough. I do like the Utah Jazz. I think they are next in line. I think they've been waiting their turn, just like how every good NBA team has in history, right? Even the Miami Heat with the big three, they lost their first year. I think this is going to be the year where they're going to go ahead and make life tough for the Western competition. If I were facing the Utah Jazz in the first round, I would hate that matchup. Second round, I would hate that matchup. I would only want to play them in the conference championship. And I definitely think with Donovan Mitchell's inspiration in Dwayne Wade, I think that's going to go ahead and bring his elevation or his game to the next level. What is
So
there an issue?
because of his you make him sound like a little engine that could. So because of Dwayne Wade, he's gonna try harder than ever before.
No, it's not. No.
I'm confused. You gotta expound, sir.
I'm talking. Dwayne Wade has a killer instinct about himself. The people like Reggie Miller, they have a killer instinct about themselves. They have that it, right?
But then you said Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell is inspired by Dwayne Wade. The dude Donovan Mitchell used to sit there and sleep with the Miami Heat in the finals in 2006 and listen to those games. He's so in tune with what Dwayne Wade done in his career. And Dwayne Wade is a bad mother lover. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all gonna go ahead and kiki and he ha ha all y'all want, but when it comes down to the conference championship and it's the Warriors and the Jazz, y'all gonna be like, whoa, Kelsey was talking some real stuff, because Rudy Gobert is still the best defender, one of the top defending bigs in the game. And that is tough.
Okay,
that is true.
First of all, happy birthday, Dwayne Wade. Happy birthday! It's today's his birthday.
Is his birthday? Yeah,
big 40.
It
big
is his
40.
birthday. I just have a question. You said that Donovan Mitchell slept with the games playing
Yeah,
in his ears.
okay. Oh, he will
So
be
you
watching
think
the
the
game, fall
subconscious
asleep, but
work? Okay, so like he was doing like the rest of us, right? You fall asleep to a game and the game's just playing, and right?
yeah, but it's so much deeper
Okay,
than that. Like it's
no,
on a meditation type of level. To be one within, like he's almost in. All right, y'all laughing right now.
Oh
Dante
no, I'm
with the
sorry.
no.
ball.
Why is
No,
that?
listen, Kelsey. I love your belief in your faith. I'm just imagining him going, "All right, time to tap my inner Dwayne Wade." Like THT was a big LeBron fan, so I'm like waiting for THT to transform into the second coming of LeBron. Like I get what you're coming from. I really do, my friend. It's just the passion that's doing it for me, man. I'm with you though. I'm with you. I'm in support. All right.
I hope we write these names down. Okay, Alicia put her 4 teams. I have my 4 teams. I know for a fact the Lakers better not come out your mouth, Corbin, because they are not top 4 teams. But when we
They
look
are
at our 4 teams, all right,
Corbin.
okay.
Corbin, please share.
Thank you. Come on, Corbin.
I'm shy now, but okay. Here we go. So, in no particular order, Lakers, Nets, Bucks, and then I'm gonna have to throw in Warriors because, of course. Now, and here's why. So the Suns, Kelsey kind of touched on it. I'm just gonna piggyback on that. I think the continuity was a great deal. I think they were like a better version of what the Hawks did. You know, taking advantage of an injured Lakers team, take advantage of an injured Nuggets team, take advantage of a short-handed Clippers team. You know, you playing the Lakers with half like Anthony Davis. Okay, you play the Nuggets without Jamal Murray or Michael Porter Jr. being hampered. Okay, then you play the Clippers without Kawhi. Okay, great, and then you can't even take care of business up 2-0 over the Milwaukee Bucks with a hampered Giannis. Just saying. So at this point, they're playing well. They're together, continuity, all that jazz. They're a very good team. But like, they're my outs. Why my Lakers in? Everybody be looking at me and think I'm crazy. And this made my inner Kelsley here. But like, I believe that LeBron, who right now is second league in scoring, is going to look at this front office and say, listen, trade deadline's in less than a month. We got to make some wholesale changes. I think that Rob Pelinka has shown that he can flip a team he can flip a team on the fly and definitely bring in the weapons that LeBron needs. He swung and missed. He gambled and lost with Russell Westbrook and these guys. But I think that there's going to be some changes on this Lakers team, in addition to health from the return of AD, in addition to maybe the return of Kendrick Nunn, that'll get these Lakers back on speed. You don't want to mess with LeBron and AD. Those are two of the top 10 players in the NBA when healthy. So there's two. I'm gonna let you finish. But after that, the Nets, I'm not betting against KD, Kyrie, and James Harden. No matter what type of permutation you get out of that, that's a nightmare, and I'm rolling with them. And then last but not least, Milwaukee, they won the whole thing. Like, I don't know why I should bet against them. So those are my 4. Now I'm out.
I got a question here. So what you are saying here, and I want to make sure we get this on the record. The way the Lakers are currently constructed right now, they have no shot in Hades to be top 4. You're solely relying on them making deals at the trade deadline. Is that true?
Well, okay. So as contenders, LeBron in the playoffs,
Wait, you see how high your voice got there? I'm sorry. As contenders? I'm sorry, bro. I already know how hard
stressing me out, man. All right, you know how hard this is for me. Okay, you know what I'm fighting here. Okay, but anyways, you're right though. I ain't gonna lie, you had me. But as contenders right now, it's kind of iffy. I'm not betting against LeBron in the playoffs. I'm still not doing it yet. So I may be crazy for that, but like, yeah, as contenders right now, no, we ain't got a shot. But like by the end of the year, the Lakers are going to make a move, undoubtedly. That's going to happen. Like, absolutely. They're not looking at this team and going to say, you know what, we got what it takes. Because I know good and well we don't got what it takes. And I'm delusional as a Lakers fan sometimes. So all I'm trying to say is this. The Lakers will make moves. With LeBron playing at the level he's at right now and the return of AD, I think the Lakers are going to be one of those contending teams. You're not betting against those guys. At least I'm not. So they're up there throwing the Warriors, bringing those 2 teams from the East. Who did I say? I said Milwaukee and Brooklyn, and those are my 4. Miami's nice. They're a good second team.
You definitely said Suns and the Lakers. They just sprinkled in the
Warriors.
Oh
no! I said the Suns. No, I said the Suns aren't. I said the Suns aren't going to make it. Okay, I was saying the reasons why. Yeah,
Got you.
yeah,
Okay,
nah,
okay,
they
okay,
not my
okay,
team.
okay. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
All right. Well, let's kind of pivot again to the trade deadline because Corbin, you may mention that Rob Pelinka would be able to make a mountain out of molehill of this team that is left on the Lakers' current roster. So, who do you want? Who do you think that can come over here and change this team's dynamic and make them into the contenders that you think that they are?
So I'm happy you said that. I have a 3-team trade cooked up just for this right here. Um, there's one way right now that we can get everyone what they need, right? And that's involving 3 teams. It's my Lakers, the Sacramento Kings, and the New York Knicks, right? The Knicks, they trash right now. They boo-boo. They need some continuity. They need a real superstar that's not a fake superstar in Julius Randle. I say we give them that guy. We give them that point guard they need. We give them Russell Westbrook, right? Fine. Russell Westbrook goes to New York. What do the Kings get out of this? We'll give them Alec Burks. We'll give them Evan Fournier, Kent Bazemore from the Lakers, and a 7th-round pick. And then what do the Lakers get from this? We get Buddy Hield, which we should have had to begin with. We get Kemba Walker from New York because they ain't using him, and then he was injured. And then we get Damian Jones. I think that works out well for all 3 teams. The Kings, they can take whatever we got and do what they're going to do anyway. The Knicks, now you got a guy that you can like work with that's actually going to put butts in seats and actually be half decent. And Russell needs he needs a team on his own. Like whoever he's in charge of isn't going to go far, of course, because like unfortunately he's not that guy. But he's not fit at this point in his career. He's more like an Allen Iverson in the sense that like he's not going to fit in with like other established superstars. It has to be his way or the highway. With the Knicks in the East, he can do that. Get Madison Square Rocking for a good six game first round exit. It's better than the 4-game sweep they would have. You know what I mean? And then for the Lakers, we get a shooter in Buddy Hield. We get a point guard in Kemba Walker who run pick and roll, and we get a center in Damian Jones who can finish above the rim and play defense. I think that that's something that Rob could do. This is just a thought from a guy like myself who's just throwing together some trades, but I think all 3 teams benefit from this. Just an example.
Okay, so no, I don't like that at all. I don't want Russell
Why?
Westbrook on this team.
Really?
First of all,
I'm shocked.
don't ever underestimate New York Knicks fans being in seats. The Garden always sells out, no matter who is on the court. That place is always
Very true.
full
Very true.
and
Respect.
overpriced. Okay,
Very true.
so we don't need to put butts in seats as you just claimed. That's number one.
With the
Number
marquee player
two,
though, not for Al Harrington and other guys, scrubs.
yeah, and you know what? We rooted for David Lee and Al Harrington and whoever else was
Chris Duhon.
the 4th man on any other team, just like we're doing with Julius Randle. Exactly, because you know what? We get it out the mud in New York. We don't sit around and pamper ourselves out there like how y'all do in LA. But that's
Let's
another day.
not
Anyway,
forget Loose
Kelly.
Sanity. Let's not forget Loose Sanity.
That was
Okay.
nice. Listen, the Knicks fans love 36 and 46 records.
The best moment of his life was where?
In
New York. All right. So what you talking about?
All right, whatever. All
What
right,
are you
let's keep
talking
it
about?
moving. Let's keep it moving. That's fine. That's fine. Bing bong, 4-game
But-
sweep.
oh,
Like, whatever.
wow.
I don't know.
But no.
Yeah, you know what? Watch your mouth, Corbin.
I honestly think, and I've heard that the Kings are shopping. I don't know if they're gonna let him go, but Darian Fox. We know the 76ers want somebody of substance to come on their team in trade of Ben Simmons. And you think about a potential opportunity, even though Tyrese Maxey has been fantastic in the role that he's been playing for the Sixers, but you put Darren Fox in that role, I don't even know. I don't know if Halliburton is enough of a caliber player to be traded for Ben Simmons. But when you're thinking about a Darren Fox and how the pace of play is going to change for the 76ers, because mind you, I think right now when they had success with Ben Simmons, it was because he could rebound the basketball and push the basketball while dribbling because he was also a point guard. I think putting a Darren Fox, transition is the best time to shoot threes. When you have a Curry, I don't care what the first name is on your roster, and you surround them with some shooters, you know what I'm saying? That might be a move where the 76ers now put themselves in a serious situation where they might be the favorites to come out of the East, or really give the Brooklyn Nets or the Miami Heat really a hard time. Definitely the Bucks for sure.
I mean, they have to do something at this point. I don't really think that they are going to be able to make it out of the East with the roster currently constructed. And then I I don't know where they go with Ben Simmons. I just feel like if they don't trade him at this point, and there's like not a lot of talks going around about him being moved anyway, I just feel like this is just going to be it for the rest of the season. Then they're just going to play it out and have him move on towards the end of the season. But I don't think that right now the Sixers can be as great as they can. I don't think this is a championship team at all. And I kind of wish they would have did something before. Like I feel like they just sat too late, and now they just have this sitting around looming over them, and it's been a mess, to be honest. But
Well,
that's just Daryl Morey innocence.
Alicia, to piggyback on your point, I think it's not the worst case scenario. Can we looking at a guy like a Jordan Poole for Golden State, or even the blessing in disguise, which I feel like for a Miami Heat fan, when you lose both of your All Stars and Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler, guys coming off the bench now are getting started minutes, and then with that, if they are productive, they start to have this humongous amount of confidence. So, for example, Tyrese Maxey, he's getting the opportunity because Ben Simmons is not playing. And he has had his ups and downs, but when he gets up from his recent down, that is building confidence. And within the game of basketball, where it is 90% mental, 10% physical, confidence is the utmost importance as an NBA player, which is why Ben Simmons is not playing right now. Because mentally, he can't play in Philadelphia. Mentally, he can't. Right? And it's not because he's a bad player, but mentally, he's gone. You know, he already has that non-self-belief, and I can only imagine the first negative things that he hears in Philadelphia if he was playing with the Sixers, how bad that would be for his confidence and the rest of the game. I'm sure he's still thinking about that one time in the playoffs against the Hawks where instead of going for the dunk and he was afraid to get fouled, he passed the ball. And that was a pivotal moment in that game against the Hawks. So anyways, I'm rambling.
Yeah, that's okay. I kind of want to move on to another team in the West who has been in purgatory, I call it, for the past couple of years, and it's Portland. They have currently Dame injured. He's out for the next 6 to 8 weeks. You know, they're out with CJ McCollum as well, but they also have 2 expiring contracts coming up at the end of the year with Nurkic and Robin Covington. So what direction do you see this team going in? Honestly, I would just blow this team up. I know Dame wants to stay, and Dame wants to get it on his own and feel like he can get a championship to Portland. I just don't see that happening currently with how everything is constructed and the pieces that they keep bringing in. It's just the West is so hard. It's very mediocre at this point. So I think they should blow it up. Dame should just move on, find another place. I don't think he should combine him with other superstars. Maybe if he wants to come to New York, that's a player that I would take, Corbin. But what do you think Portland should be doing right now?
I mean, I'm oh my God, Russell Westbrook on Gobert. Sorry.
First of all, time out to the listeners out there. This is what we've been dealing with, mind you, for this past 45 minutes. Is Corbin watching this mediocre Lakers team having convulsions?
Massacred Gobert.
Oh.
Yo, he literally check. By the time y'all listen, y'all already gonna know.
No, I'm watching it. I'm literally watching it.
You see that dunk? Why are you not reacting?
It's the fact behind these little Miami apartments in the parking lot.
Anyways, okay, I'm done. I'll stop. But I'm just saying, I got hyped. I'm sorry. They gave us a tech for that? Anyways, all right, moving right along. Wow, what a dunk. I think the Blazers should definitely blow it up. Dame was playing horrible when he was playing. I'm just saying, like, he was shooting worse from 3 than Russell Westbrook. All due respect to Russ for the first couple of games, first like 20-something games here in the season. When he finally did go and get that abdominal surgery, when he finally did decide to go get it, I mean, look at the Blazers. They're like, right now, if the lottery started, if the draft started, they'd be picking 10th. You know, so where they are right now, like, they haven't been playing well with Dame. They're not playing well without him. All their other guys are playing. Remember, you are giving Robert Covington and Jusuf Nurkic, 2 of your pending free agents, starter minutes. They are starters, and they've not been moving the needle. So if you ask me, give all the minutes to Anthony Simons, make him a priority this offseason with just the way that you're going to be bringing him back in restricted free agency. Look at whether Nasir Little and others can join and make a good fit around Simons and just rebuild. And you can look at it and go to Damian Lillard and say, this is one of two paths we can go. We can either A, tell you that we're going to transcend a little earlier into your Dirk years, because right now, if we're rebuilding, we're not a championship level team. But guess what? As we are constructed right now, we're not a championship level team. So you can kind of bring in the next new Blazers and kind of help them along while you're still in your prime. Or we could do like the Thunder did with Russell Westbrook. I cannot speak. We could do like the Thunder did with Russell Westbrook back in 2019. We go, hey, this reached the end of its rope. Like, we'll find a place that's good for you. We'll try to do right by you because you've done right by us for a decade plus, and we'll make that happen and be like, say la vie. Like, that's where you have to go with it, because if you bring those two guys back, one, you're going to be in like just tax hell because you still got to bring back Simons. You still got to bring back, you got to pay money for these guys and extend them for long-term deals. And these guys are not getting younger with the exception of Simons. If you don't bring them back just because of your tax situation, you're not going to be able to get guys that are going to be of equal value. It's definitely going to be lesser because all you can afford, unless you get a value for cheap. And you know how that goes. So it's like the Blazers right now, as they're constructed, can only go down. They try to continue to be, we're going to try to remain a winner. The blueprint isn't there right
now. I think rebuilding is definitely the way to go. Blow up. I think they can blow up without giving away Damian Lillard. I think right now with him not even playing any games, that's just going to go ahead and put them in a better situation as far as draft stock is concerned. But getting rid of the expiring contracts at Covington, because there's teams out there that need a Covington. Nurkic, like there's teams that need those players. Go ahead and try to get assets, right? Get assets and use those assets either to get players to come, because that's not a free agency destination, right? But then if you have assets at your hand, your palm, you can go ahead and make things happen to where, okay, now I have this player or this or another player coming to my squad, because we added up a lot of assets to where now we can just benefit from it. But I definitely don't want to see Lillard playing on a different team. Honestly, I really don't. I think Lillard is the type of person, just like how Kobe Bryant is, they want to stay and play with the team one time, or only team to play. Tim Duncan, Dirk Nowitzki. When you think about those type of guys, you think of Damian Lillard, and how much Portland, the city, means to him is almost equivalent to the number that he wears, which is an O in Oakland, right? So I definitely think this is almost like a perfect storm to where, okay, let's get rid of these guys. Let's go ahead and develop some assets, get some assets, make some trades in the offseason to go ahead and build it up to where now the Portland Trailblazers have pieces surrounding Damian Lillard. Because if you think about it, he never had an opportunity to have a fully healthy team. Almost every year is this person injured, is that person injured. CJ McCollum was the big piece that he was missing this season, because CJ McCollum missed a lot of games. But I know with trading or letting him go, when he does get back healthy, that's definitely going to bring some tradable assets in the offseason. I think that's the way to go, because right now, yeah, they're definitely lottery. I don't think if Lillard play the rest of his games, they're still going to probably be a lottery team, if not just the 10th seed for the play-in game. It's time to go ahead and let it loose.
Could have said it better.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. If Dame is going to leave Portland, Damian, please come to New York.
The Lakers.
No, the real New York team. No one cares about the Lakers, please. Okay, we're going to end off here, though. We've been talking for a while, but do you guys have any more hot takes you want to get off? Anything that you saw this week on Twitter, social media, anything adjacent to basketball that you want to talk about?
I'm just going to shoot this out real quick. You're going to hear this by the time we get on next week, but Rudy Gobert can just get wrecked. Russell Westbrook's back, baby. If y'all real Russell Westbrook fans know, y'all know the calendar is now high time for Russ to be one of the top 10 players in the NBA. We are living it. Embrace it, y'all. By the time next week comes, I just want to be getting all the praise, all the adulation for just sharing it with y'all. So definitely make sure to ride that wave. Outside of that, NBA Twitter, man, y'all could just kick rocks, because I haven't even like typing. I've just been listening to some responses and stuff, or not listening, reading, and it's whack out there. So that's all I got, y'all. Russ forever.
Is
Go Lakers.
is it whack or is it fact? Because let's talk about it. Because whack and fact can are two different things,
Well,
and yeah, let's talk.
okay, so
Is it whack or
I'm gonna be. It just feel like it's like a. I love interaction. I love talking to people. Like I love people. Like that works, right? I'm sure we all are people. Well, for the most part, most of us are people. But at the same
yeah.
time, no shout out to Elise or anything. I didn't mean that. Oh, sorry. Anyways, the point being though is like outside of that, like NBA Twitter just feels like sometimes it's big. Like we throw out a take, and then we all like agree with the take, and then we all pat each other on the back for it, or like it's this big old like I don't know. It doesn't give other voices time to shine. It's always the same, 15, 20 big people, saying some things and having this echo chamber, and it's not discourse for everyone. It's discourse among the top. I can sometimes vibe with that. I like listen to them too. Like it's fine, but other times it is annoying to be like, hey, like you put out a take and you're not even really interacting with people, except you interact with people that are just like you at the top of the chain. And I don't see like discourse. We're not doing this with the best of intentions to like understand ball at a high level among everyone. It's only among, a certain segment of people. And I guess annoying after a while. So right now it's annoying for me.
Well, I know, Alicia, you're a passionate fan of the Knicks. Obviously, the Corbin is a really passionate fan of the Lakers. But as passionate fans, I'm a Heat fan. Um, do you think, and I know the answer is yes, because we are entitled to anything, but fans booing their home team or booing their home player, for an example, a la Julius Randle, and that he put the thumbs down for the players to respond. It's almost like a two-part question. A, should fans be booing their own team? And then B, if that does happen, does that give the players the authority or the right to respond in not a negative, not a positive way, like how Julius Randle did? Especially with his hot take on what the thumbs down actually meant.
Well, we can start there because obviously Julius told the fans in New York to shut the fuck up. Okay. And as a New Yorker, that's something that it's casually said to people. Okay. I don't want to make it seem like
Literally.
it's like the biggest thing in the world. But as someone who's playing, the reason that we're booing you is because last year you played way better. Okay. And if we're at the same position that we were last year, but you're not playing the same, something's wrong. And I feel like New Yorkers are just so passionate that they want the best out of the players. And listen, we ride for dirt sometimes. Not gonna hold you. Like we ride for pure garbage, dirt, whatever in the train station running around like garbage. Okay. The fact that we're still on Julius's side and we're booing you, that means we want to see you do well. So I get that Julius probably isn't used to how New Yorkers are, how maybe we kind of give you a pat on the back or a kick in the butt. Sometimes we give you a punch in the face. Whatever it is, we're just gonna let you know. We just trying to give you a little oomph to get under you because you're not playing as well as you were last year. And I just don't feel like he should respond to it. Honestly, like I understand maybe he's a little upset because you're getting booed at home.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that doesn't give you the right to tell the fans to shut the fuck up. Because listen, if you keep playing worse and you keep doing the same nonsense that you're doing, I'm telling you right now, your ass is gonna get ran out of New York. Fast.
Hit the road, Jack.
In a
don't
minute.
Come back no more.
All right.
No more.
So Julius needs to watch himself. Julius needs to watch himself because I really don't understand why players get so offended when fans are who they are. Okay, fans are fanatics. That means they're gonna ride and die for this team. And when you're on the team, they want you to succeed and do well. Once you leave, whatever happens, happens. But most times, especially if you played in New York, once you're a New Yorker, a Knicks fan, I should say, once you're a New Yorker Knick, like we're gonna ride for you forever. People come back all the time, and it's just like they get the high praise still. So Julius just don't listen to it. I don't know why he got offended to it. I don't know why. Why would you put the thumbs down during the game? Like,
yeah,
you're weird, brother. Don't do that again.
That was a lot. That was a lot. Corbin, what you think?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't support second tier banana players acting like they first tier. Like I don't really got Julius ain't that good to be responding to the fans that way. Like he should be grateful for every bit of praise he gets from the Knicks. And if he is getting booed, put your head down and work harder. Like that's it. Like you're not that guy. I'm sorry. Like you're not.
And
You're a most
Corbin,
improved player. You're a most improved player. Like
I think
settle
you
down.
said that perfectly because that's how some people, almost the majority now, I think after this season, they say about Russell Westbrook. That's kind of awkward.
Whoa. Time out. Well, obviously you need to go back and look at that
You're
dunk
not
that Russ
that
just
guy.
had. All right. Well, listen.
You're
But
not
here's the
that.
thing.
Listen, no,
But here's the thing.
we're gonna
No,
end
no,
it.
no. You
We're
ain't gonna
gonna
end.
end
No,
it.
no, no. Wait. You can't do
We're
this to
gonna
me.
end
You
on the
cannot let
note.
Kelsey get the last word on this one. Not Russell
I
Westbrook.
certainly can.
Not Russell
Certainly
Westbrook.
can.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. All
I
right.
certainly can.
Okay.
I certainly
but,
can.
but,
Because we
wait,
have all season to talk about Russ.
And I will,
listen,
because this is his
that's true.
time.
But
you know what? It's so funny. I just want to point out, not only 10 minutes ago, maybe less, Corbin threw out a trade for Russ, right? He wanted to get rid of his ass, get him out of here.
No. I didn't want to get rid of him. It was just an idea.
No,
just
okay.
an idea.
I didn't want to. Yeah, okay.
He did. He surely did. We got the footage.
we got you on tape, brother.
All right, listen, I'm recording, all right?
But on a serious note, though, going back to if fans should actually boo the players, let's look at the Philadelphia 76ers and a guy like Ben Simmons, who is an all-star, right? Now they miss out on a person of his caliber just because of how he was playing and how they reacted to him playing that way. Because Ben Simmons is not playing because he knew the first game he was going to play in Philadelphia, especially after the long offseason and everybody talking about that one play against the Hawks where he passed the ball instead of trying to dunk it because he can't make a free throw. He knew he was going to get booed from the first game, the first second he touched the basketball, which is why he's not playing. So now the Philadelphia 76ers, in a sense, I mean, they're still okay because they got Joel Embiid. But then again, you're missing out on a key caliber player like in Ben Simmons, all because y'all want to be hard asses on him.
Well, yeah. I mean,
no one can change a city overnight. I'm sorry.
LeBron did.
And I understand that Ben Simmons is not mentally prepared and equipped to deal with the fans and the team and how everything has been going. But honestly, Philadelphia has been here longer than Ben Simmons has been alive and will be here long after Ben Simmons is gone. Okay? So you can't change a city overnight. You can't change a city at all. The roots are what they are in Philadelphia. Same with all over. So he just isn't equipped to play in Philadelphia, and that's okay. But if you are in the team, wherever you're at, and you're playing, and you want to be a part of the franchise and be part of the community and all this other stuff, you gotta go with the good and the bad, whatever comes with it.
Yeah, I'm with that. I think some fans in New York can be spoiled, but at the same time, at the end of the day, like you got to take it. You know what I mean? And if you are a team and your fan base wants you to have more effort, like they give you that energy, but yeah, they have the right to call you out. Like it's not just like, oh, we're blind to everything you're doing wrong. Like that's not how that works. You know, sometimes, yes, it is unwarranted and unfair. I get that. But for the most part, I think the fans know, when to call a spade a spade. And as players, like if they think you're playing like boo-boo, they're going to let you know about it. I think it's their right to do it. They pay good money not to see you get blown out every other game. So, yeah, at the end of the day, I think that you owe it to them.
I'm about to say, to piggyback on Alicia, too, it's not the fans wanting to see them fail.
No.
It's the saying like, hey, you can do better. We know you can do better. Pick it up, a la Kemba Walker. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a little shaky when he became in the beginning of the year to the point he was outside the rotation. But that one game, when he came back into the rotation, the Garden was, like they won their first playoff game in like a whole bunch of years last year. They threw a whole party, but that's a conversation for another day because they don't know they don't know wins like how Miami know what. Let me pay it. Anyways, I think we're gonna end it on that.
I don't understand what is wrong with the two of you. Like you know what? And I haven't even been like boisterous in any of this. It's just you two. People are actually listening. No, Corbin, we're gonna end it here. We are gonna end it here. As Magic Johnson once said, "You Lakers fans deserve better." Period. Thank you guys, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to Let's Ball Out. We'll be back next week to discuss more ball. whatever else is going on, to discuss Corbin's sorry ass Lakers and Kelsley and his cold Miami Heat. Bye.
This has been a Sports Ethos presentation.